Hey everyone, in my video yesterday I shared a few reasons why D&D 5th edition is better than Pathfinder 2nd edition, and let's just say that there were strong feelings on the subject. I love all systems, and turnabout is fair play, so today I'm going to give 3 ways that Pathfinder 2nd edition is better than D&D 5th edition. First of all, realistic healing. These are both fantasy games set in fantastical worlds, but it is nice when the games have an element of gritty realism to them. Unless you're running a superhero campaign, it should be hard for the characters to recover from their battles. The effects of a particularly rough encounter should stay with them. In D&D 5th edition, when you take a long rest, your character is fully healed and ready to go. This allows characters to be at death's door one moment, and then 8 hours later, they're ready to take on the world again. The core mechanic in Pathfinder 2nd edition allows you to only recover a certain number of your hit points after a long-term rest. Depending on your amount of damage, it might take you a few days to fully recover. Along the same lines, during a battle, if you recover from the dying condition, you will still have lingering wounds that make it harder to recover if you are struck down again. Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition does have some variant rules that allow you to change the recovery time for players, but within the core game, Pathfinder wins here. Next, choices. I could just as easily have named this one feats, but I think it's more about the choices they provide rather than the name themselves. I know there's some debate about the illusion of choice presented with all the feats, but I think there's something to be said about having the choice in the first place. It is quite common in both games for someone to play a barbarian and do nothing but rage at every chance, or to play a rogue and sneak attack over and over again. This doesn't mean that they did not have a choice, it's just that those are the choices they prefer or they feel are the most advantageous. Whether that is a failing of either game is a different story. But if you look at the choices you get to make as you create and level up a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition character and a similar Pathfinder 2nd edition character, you will see that Pathfinder 2nd edition does give you more options. For example, when you select a race in 5th edition, you get to choose a subrace. There are features and traits that you get with those selections, but once your character is created, you don't really get anything new from those choices. In Pathfinder 2nd edition, your ancestry and heritage give you features and traits as well, but then you get to select an ancestry feat every 4 levels that further customizes your character. Also, selecting a class in D&D 5th edition gives you different abilities at each level. Outside of choosing a circle or a path or a domain, the new abilities that you get are set. When you reach that level, you get the ability. In Pathfinder 2nd edition, you also get to choose circles and paths and domains, and you even get some fixed abilities at certain levels. But then, at different levels, you get to choose a class feat or a skill feat or a general feat. As you go through the game, you are constantly making decisions about what you want your character to do. We can discuss the value of the choices in another video, but I think Pathfinder 2nd edition allows players to have more flexibility in how their characters develop. And finally, experience points. I almost selected the 3-action economy because I do feel that it is an innovative approach and it is implemented very well, but I went with a feature that is also innovative and not only helps the players but also the game masters. I love the way Pathfinder 2nd edition handles experience points and leveling up. Instead of monsters having an amount of experience points that you get if you defeat it, the XP you get is based on how far removed from the party's level that monster is. For example, if the party is level 5 and they defeat a level 5 monster, then they get 40 experience points. It doesn't matter what the monster was, it was the same level as the party, so they get 40 experience points. If that same level 5 party defeats a level 8 monster, then they get 120 experience points. But if they're beating up on a level 2 monster, then they're only going to get 15 experience points. I love the idea of tying the XP to the difficulty of the encounter for the party rather than to the creature itself. As a GM, this also makes it easier for you to plan your encounters. Your XP budget is much easier to calculate and you can focus on the levels of the creatures in the encounter rather than weird XP amounts for different creatures. And Pathfinder 2nd edition doesn't have a level advancement table with varying amounts of XP that you need to reach each level. Every level costs 1,000 experience points. You reach the next level when you have enough experience points to pay for it. Once you have 1,000 XP, you spend it to get to the next level. When you get another 1,000 XP, you spend it to level up again. It's a really simple system. But what do you think? Should I have included something else? Did I not give 5th edition enough credit? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Love to hear from you. Until next time, take care.